Life is a battle, and every single day you are faced with a choice to push forward or to give in, a choice to embrace the pain or run from it, a choice to become stronger or stay the same. The truth is, the moments that test you, the moments that bring you to your knees, those are the ones that will make you or break you. Pain is inevitable. Struggle is guaranteed. But suffering, that's a choice. When you feel like you've reached your limit, when every muscle in your body screams for you to stop, when your mind tells you that you can't go any further, that's when you decide who you really are. Most people quit. Most people take the easy way out. But the ones who refuse to back down, the ones who lean into the pain, they're the ones who rise. Your mind will lie to you. It will tell you that you're too tired, that you're not strong enough, that you don't have what it takes. But that's just weakness trying to survive. You have to override it. You have to tell yourself one more rep, one more step, one more day, because on the other side of that pain is the person you were meant to be. People love to talk about success, but they don't want to talk about the suffering that comes before it. They don't want to talk about the nights of doubt, the failures, the rejection, the exhaustion. They see the end result, but they don't see the blood, the sweat, the relentless effort. But that's where greatness is built. In the darkness, in the silence, in the moments when no one is watching and you still choose to show up. There are no shortcuts. There are no handouts. You either put in the work or you don't. You either suffer now or you suffer later. But understand this, every time you push past what you thought was your limit, every time you refuse to quit, you are making a statement. You are telling the world that you are not average, that you are not like everyone else, that you will not be broken. So when life hits you, when the pain becomes unbearable, when your body and mind beg you to stop, that is your moment of truth. That is when you decide, will this make you or will this break you? Life is not meant to be easy. Every challenge, every setback, every painful moment is a test. It's not about avoiding these struggles. It's about how you respond to them. Some people break under pressure, allowing hardship to define them in a negative way. They let failure, rejection, and pain convince them that they are not good enough, that they don't have what it takes. Instead of pushing forward, they retreat. Instead of finding strength in adversity, they surrender to it. But then there are those who see adversity as an opportunity. They understand that struggle is the price of growth. They know that every obstacle is a chance to become stronger, more resilient, more disciplined. When life knocks them down, they don't stay down. They use the pain, they learn from the failures, and they rise. They don't make excuses or look for an easy way out. They embrace the hardship, knowing that on the other side of suffering is a version of themselves they have never met before. Hard times reveal character. It's easy to be positive when everything is going well, when success is within reach, when there's no resistance. But when nothing is going your way, when the struggle seems endless, when the world feels like it's closing in on you, who you really are is exposed. Do you crumble or do you push forward? Do you let the weight of adversity crush you or do you carry it and keep moving? That choice determines everything. Some of the strongest, most successful people in the world weren't handed anything. They weren't born with an easy path. They were tested, beaten down, and forced to endure unimaginable pain. What set them apart was their refusal to quit. They understood that life doesn't get easier. They just had to get stronger. And they didn't complain about the circumstances. They adapted, they endured, they transformed. The reality is, you don't grow when things are easy. You grow when things are hard. Every struggle you overcome makes you more unbreakable. Every painful experience, every loss, every failure is shaping you into something greater. If you let it. If you choose to see adversity as a stepping stone instead of a roadblock, if you choose to push forward when everything in you wants to stop, then you will come out on the other side as someone different, someone stronger, someone unstoppable. Pain is a part of life. No one escapes it, no matter how strong, smart, or successful they are. At some point, you will experience failure, loss, rejection, and disappointment. That is inevitable. But what isn't inevitable is suffering. Suffering is a choice. It's what happens when you allow pain to define you instead of using it to make you stronger. Most people think pain and suffering are the same thing, but they're not. Pain is temporary. It's the discomfort of pushing yourself beyond your limits, the sting of failure, the exhaustion of long nights and early mornings. Suffering, on the other hand, is what happens when you dwell on that pain, when you let it consume you, when you allow it to convince you that you are helpless. Pain is an experience, but suffering is a mindset. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is how they handle pain. The weak let it break them. The strong use it as fuel. When things get tough, when everything feels like it's falling apart, you have two choices. You can let the pain defeat you, or you can embrace it and push through. The truth is, the pain you're feeling today is making you stronger for tomorrow. Every time you endure something hard, every time you push through when you want to quit, you are building resilience. You are toughening your mind. You are preparing yourself for bigger challenges ahead. The people who accomplish the most in life are not the ones who avoid pain. They are the ones who run toward it, knowing that growth comes from discomfort. They don't waste time complaining about how hard things are. They don't sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They take the pain, they absorb it, and they keep moving forward because they know that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. There will be moments when you feel like you can't go on, when the struggle seems unbearable. That's when you have to remind yourself, this is just pain, and pain does not last. You can either use it as an excuse to stop, or you can use it as proof that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. The choice is always yours. Pain will visit, but suffering is optional. What you decide to do with that pain determines everything. The mind is the most powerful weapon you have, but for most people, it's also their greatest enemy. It will tell you that you are too tired, too weak, too unprepared. It will convince you that you can't handle the pressure, that you don't have what it takes, that quitting is the logical option. And if you listen to that voice, you will fail, not because you weren't capable, but because you let your mind control you instead of the other way around. Your mind's job is to keep you safe. It's wired for comfort, not growth. The moment you step outside of what feels easy, the moment you start pushing yourself beyond your limits, your mind will scream at you to stop. It will make excuses. It will try to justify quitting. It will tell you that what you're doing doesn't worth it. But that's just weakness talking. That's just the part of you that wants to stay the same, to avoid discomfort, to live an easy, mediocre life. If you want to be great, you have to override that voice. Every time you push past what your mind tells you is possible, you become stronger. Every time you force yourself to take one more step, to do one more rep, to work one more hour, you prove that your limits are nothing more than an illusion. But most people never experience this because they give up as soon as things get uncomfortable. They believe the lies their mind tells them, and as a result, they never reach their full potential. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It's mental toughness. It's the ability to silence the doubt, to ignore the pain, and to keep moving forward even when everything inside them is telling them to stop. The strongest people in the world don't listen to their feelings, they listen to their purpose. They don't let their emotions dictate their actions, they let their goals drive them. They understand that the mind is like a muscle. If you don't train it, it will remain weak. You have to reprogram your mind. When it tells you to quit, push harder. When it tells you you've reached your limit, go beyond it. When it tries to convince you that you're not good enough, prove it wrong. Because once you learn to control your mind instead of letting it control you, there's nothing you can't do. Success is never built in the spotlight. It is forged in the darkness, in the quiet, in the moments when no one is watching. People love to celebrate victories, but they don't see the relentless work that happens behind the scenes. They see the champion raising the trophy, the entrepreneur who built an empire, the athlete standing on the podium, but they don't see the thousands of hours spent in solitude, grinding, failing, and pushing through unbearable pain. Most people want results, but they don't want the struggle that comes with it. They want the rewards without the suffering, the recognition without the sacrifice. But the truth is, greatness is built in the moments when no one is clapping, when no one is giving you credit, when there's no applause, no validation, just you, the grind, and the voice in your head telling you to keep going. That is where champions are made. That is where the real work happens. Every single day you have a choice to show up or to slack off. No one will know if you cut corners. No one will see if you skip a workout, if you sleep in, if you take it easy, but you will know. And over time, those small choices add up. The ones who succeed are the ones who refuse to take shortcuts, even when no one is looking. They don't need an audience to give their best effort because they hold themselves to a higher standard. The dark moments, the lonely nights, the early mornings when the world is still asleep, those are the moments that separate the weak from the strong. Anyone can work hard when they feel motivated, but the real test is when motivation is gone, when exhaustion sets in, when self-doubt creeps in. What do you do then? Do you give up or you keep going? Because that's where growth happens. That's where you develop discipline, resilience, and the kind of mental toughness that most people will never understand. The process isn't glamorous, it's painful, it's exhausting, and it will push you to your limit. But that's the price of success. If you can commit to the grind when no one is watching, if you can put in the work when no one is cheering for you, if you can keep going when everything in you wants to quit, then when the moment comes for you to step into the light, you won't just be ready. You'll be unstoppable. There are no shortcuts in life, no magic formulas, no overnight success, no easy paths. The truth that most people don't want to hear is that the only way to achieve anything worthwhile is through relentless hard work. You either put in the effort or you stay the same. You either embrace the grind or you settle for mediocrity. The choice is always yours. Most people spend their lives looking for a way around the struggle. They want the rewards without the sacrifice. They want the success without the suffering, but that's not how it works. The ones who make it to the top didn't get there by luck or talent alone. They got there because they were willing to outwork everyone else. They got there because they showed up every single day, no matter how they felt, no matter how tired they were, no matter how many times they failed. The grind is what separates the weak from the strong. It's what exposes the people who only talk about success from the ones who actually go out and earn it. Anyone can say they want to be great. Anyone can dream big, but very few are willing to do what it actually takes. Very few are willing to put in the long hours, to sacrifice comfort, to endure pain, to keep going when nothing seems to be working. And that's why most people never reach their full potential, because they are not willing to pay the price. The process is brutal. It will test you. It will break you down, exhaust you, make you question if it's even worth it. There will be days when you want to quit, when you feel like you're not making any progress, when the voice in your head tells you that you're wasting your time. But that's the moment where champions are made. That's the moment where you either push forward or you give up. And that decision is what determines your future. Hard work isn't just about putting in the hours. It's about how you approach the grind. It's about doing the things you don't want to do, pushing yourself beyond what you think is possible, refusing to let excuses dictate your life. There will always be people who are smarter, stronger, or more talented than you. But the one thing you can always control is how hard you work. And if you're willing to outwork everyone else, if you're willing to suffer now for the life you want later, then there is nothing that can stop you. There comes a moment in life where you are pushed to your absolute limit. A moment where everything inside you screams for you to stop, to turn back, to give in. That moment is your breaking point. And how you respond to it will define you forever. Most people don't realize how close they are to their true potential because they quit when things get hard. They stop when they feel pain. They give up the second they meet resistance. What they don't understand is that the struggle is the test. That breaking point is the moment where you either rise or fall, where you either push through and discover what you're truly capable of, or you let the challenge defeat you and stay the same. When you hit that wall, when you feel like you've got nothing left, that's when you need to go further. That's when you need to dig deeper. Because on the other side of that pain is growth. On the other side of that struggle is a version of you that is stronger, tougher, and more unstoppable than ever before. But you will never meet that version of yourself if you quit. Your body will tell you that you're done. Your mind will tell you that you can't take any more. But those are lies. Your body and mind will always give up before you actually reach your limit. The only way to find out what you're truly capable of is to refuse to listen to that voice, to push past the exhaustion, the doubt, the fear. That's where transformation happens. Every champion, every warrior, every great person in history has been tested. They have all faced that moment where they could have quit, where they could have walked away, but they didn't. They chose to fight, they chose to endure, and because of that, they became unbreakable. You have that same choice. You can let life break you, or you can let it make you. You can let the pain destroy you, or you can use it to build something greater. The struggle will come, the challenges will test you, but in that moment when everything feels impossible, when quitting seems like the easy way out, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You are built for more. You are capable of enduring anything that life throws at you. The only question is, will this moment break you, or will it make you into the person you were always meant to be?